step, something in my jeans. FOI, you know that's the team, huh?
Peace. This is your brother Aidan X, and welcome to the processing class. A lot of people seeing this, they see like a young brother and they may be asking, because there's a lot of young brothers maybe watching this and they may be asking like, were you scared of the discipline? Because we see the brothers, there's a restrictive law that the brothers follow. And we see this world, a lot of brothers, we want to, be with the ladies. We want to sleep around. We want to get that Henny. We want to get that, that weed and that vape.
Right.
Was it hard for you just being so young in the nation and accepting the teachings at such a young age? Were you not scared? Like, man, I got a lot to give up.
That's a good question. And I would say myself, going to the school of original thought, we were blessed to graduate at the age of 15. And me going into the, I guess, quote unquote, real world or into college, as soon as I got in, I literally had no desire for what everybody else was doing. I had no desire to go into that because I've been shown the right way since a very young age. So I was never perfect, but I just knew right from wrong. I knew that what the world offered is not what I wanted. And I knew that it was basically a falsified fantasy that, has been displayed to us. So I never wanted part of it. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I just never wanted part in what everybody else was doing. So I wouldn't say that it's a hindrance or a burden. It's actually, I always look at it like this. I look at the law as when you're riding a roller coaster, right? When you have to put the seatbelt on or the contraption to fasten you in, that doesn't stop you from having fun. That contraption that you put on your seatbelt protects you while you are having fun. So the law that we have protects you, because if you don't have any law, you're not protected. So I thank Allah for the law and the restrictive laws because it keeps us right on point, especially if we submit to it and strive to carry it out the best way that we can.
Yes, sir. What would you say to those watching this and they may agree with you and say, yeah, I want to change, but it's just so hard to give up the woman. It's so hard to give up the weed, the vape. It's so hard to give up the pork and the bad food. What would you say to those suffering that want to do better, but this world is so enticing that it's hard for them to do it?
Right. I would always say that it starts with the mind, and I always tell those that say it's so hard to give that stuff up. I always remind them that you weren't born with that. You weren't born with the weed. You weren't born with the vape. You weren't born with all of these things that you're battling with. That came later on. So if you weren't born with it, then you know that you can live without it. Then I would also say that, we've been taught, it says in the scriptures, I think in the book of Romans, chapter 12, the second chapter, if I'm not mistaken, where it says, be ye not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. It all starts with your mind. If you can change the way you think, you can change your actions, because everything first starts with an idea. Ideas then become words and words become actions. So if you change the way that you think, everything else will fall right into place. But you have to have enough willpower to strive to want to do better. Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us that 100% dissatisfaction brings about 100% change. You have to be 100% dissatisfied with the life that you live in to bring about change. So when you put a clean glass near a dirty glass, like the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, he said, you never have to condemn a people. All you have to do is sit that clean glass near a dirty glass and let them make the decision. So when you have an example in your midst that shows you that clean glass next to that dirty glass, we don't have to tell you to get better. We don't have to tell you to give that up. We don't have to tell you to put down those temptations. The example that you see will speak and show you what you can be if you do put down those temptations.